Dr. Emily Dyer had wanted to heal more patients. But after a medical accident, she had to close her clinic and set out on the run. Her excellent healing ability helps her take charge of both contain and assist. External trait 1. Medmaster. The Medmaster of the doctor allows her to carry a syringe initially. She can heal herself by clicking on the right UI of the item while wounded. Syringes are not depleted when used by doctor and can be reused several times. Whenever the syringe is used to heal herself, her fear is reduced by 25%, and the time required for self-healing is reduced by half. However, she cannot use the syringe while in the tide turner status. This trait can be effective in helping to heal others. It can also be an effective way to kite the hunter. External trait 2. Med Elite.
Doctor's speed of healing others is increased by 40%.
And self-healing speed increased by 20%. Moreover, all teammates' healing speed is increased by 5%. But it should be noted that if more than one doctor is present, the speed boost of healing others will gradually weaken. This trait effect supports the doctor to take some responsibility as an assist in the team.
External trait 3. Sensitivity. The doctor will increase her movement speed by 45% for 2 seconds, when taking less damage than the normal attack.
External trait 4. Veterans. She gains an additional 2-second boost when hit. Due to the doctor's trait of using syringes without depletion, combined with a faster speed of treatment, she has the ability to kite the hunter, and can take on the role of the team's contain. Also available as an assist to help teammates recover quickly. In terms of talent recommendation, knee-jerk reflex and borrowed time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manner. Freddie Riley never insists he is a righteous lawyer. After the death of his beloved, his only goal is to find the man who committed the crime that ruined everything for him. He can check the map for nearby information, and also has a trait related to boosting decoding speed, making him a quality choice for the decode. External trait 1. Foresight. Lawyer carries around a map that can be used to check the locations of exit gates, survivors, hunters, and cipher machines that haven't been decoded by clicking the UI of the item on the right. Click again to put the map away. It can be effective when you need to find a cipher machine or observe the location of a hunter. External trait 2. Take notes. Each time the decoding progress increases by 5%,
The lawyer's decoding speed increases by 0.75% for up to 15%.
each time the lawyer travels 18 meters, his movement speed increases by 0.14% for up to 3.5%. Each time the lawyer vaults over a new pallet or window, his obstacle vaulting speed increases by 1.5% for up to 12%. By the way, when the lawyer uses the map to travel or vault over obstacles, his note-taking speed is doubled. External trait 3, heartless. The lawyer is never shaken by terror shock in any interactions. External trait 4, veterans. He gains an additional 2 seconds boost when hit. Since the map helps the lawyer find nearby cipher machines quickly, and the decoding speed will gradually increase, the lawyer excels in decoding and is recommended for the team's decode. In terms of talent recommendation, knee-jerk reflex and borrowed time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manor.
Creature is a thief from White Sand Street. After handing over control of the orphanage to the church, he needs more money for his next charity. Thief carries a flashlight that can cause a powerful control effect on hunters, which makes him a good containment and assisting ability. External trait 1, cunning. Thief carries around a flashlight. By clicking on the UI of the item, use the flashlight to shine on the hunter. Click again to turn it off. Shining the flashlight on the hunter from any direction for 1 second will silence the hunter. Hunters are unable to use skills while in silence. The thief could temporarily immobilize the hunter by shining light on their face for 2 seconds. The thief also carries 3 high-powered flashlights, which can be set around the map to keep the hunter illuminated. Using a flashlight or high-powered flashlights while the hunter is performing an attack recovery motion, vaulting over a window, or destroying pallets can cause a control effect on the hunter more consistently. This trait gives the thief excellent containing ability and can also play a role in assisting teammates. External trait 2, flexibility. The thief's flexibility allows him to vault over obstacles quickly. External trait 3, hoarder. The chance of triggering a calibration for all teammates is increased by 10%, and the scope of success is decreased by 10%. External trait 4, lockpick. All teammates' chest opening speed is increased by 100%. Due to Flashlight's strong control effect, the thief has excellent containing ability. He is perfect for the team's contain. In terms of talent recommendation, Flywheel Effect and Borrowed Time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manor. Emma Woods is a skilled gardener, but it seems that some secret and dark past is hiding behind her sweet smile.
She has a unique item to destroy the rocket chair's item, and a trait to block damages, which can be effective in both containing and assisting. External trait 1, ingenuity. Gardner carries around a toolkit that is used to destroy rocket chairs. By clicking the UI of the item on the right, the rocket chair will not be able to tie survivors when destroyed. Hunters are able to repair destroyed rocket chairs. By destroying the rocket chair, the gardener can force the hunter to drop the ballooned survivor to repair the rocket chair as a method of stalling and trying to get the survivor to struggle and get away. External trait 2, protection. The gardener is able to block 1 incoming damage during the first 50 seconds of the game. The gardener can recall on the spot for 2 seconds to regain a damage blocking effect for another 6 seconds. Each successful recall will delay the next recall by 10 seconds. The recall can be turned on or off with the UI button on the right. By the way, if recall is interrupted by the hunter, progress from the previous recall will be carried over to the next recall for up to 1.7 seconds of progress. Using this trait effect properly can stall the hunter for more time while containing. External trait 3, confidence. Her vaulting speed is increased by 10% when near the rocket chair, and her takeoff speed is decreased by 10%. Also, the rocket chair's takeoff speed is decreased by 10% after being repaired. External trait 4, veterans. She gains an additional 2 seconds boost when hit. Since the gardener can destroy rocket chairs and can block damage through recall, she is a good choice as a team's contain and assist. In terms of talent recommendation, knee-jerk reflex and borrowed time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manor.
Servais is a magician who specializes in disappearing magic acts. For the inspiration of a new performance and the reputation of a famous magician, he decides to travel to Olitas Manor. Magician uses a wand to create illusions to become invisible, so he has excellent containment ability against hunters. External trait 1, illusion. Magician carries around a wand that can be used to create an illusion by clicking the UI of item, and he will become invisible for several seconds. The illusion created by the wand disappears when attacked by the hunter, which shows the hunter's location to all survivors for a period. By the way, illusions can block hunters' movement in some narrow places, which can extend the containment time to some extent. External trait 2, real or fake. When the magician is rescued from a rocket chair, he will leave an illusion on the chair while making himself invisible for a few seconds. This effect can only be triggered 1 time. External trait 3, dexterous. The chance of triggering a calibration is decreased by 20%, and the scope of success is increased by 20%. With the ability to create illusions to become invisible, the magician has excellent containment ability and is recommended to play the contain in the team. In terms of talent recommendation, knee-jerk reflex and borrowed time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manor.
Mercenary Naib Subedar used to be a veteran mercenary. Away from the gunfire, he chose to live in the shadows. This time, he visited the manor for a mysterious mission. Will the calm and agile man be able to achieve the purpose? Due to its excellent items for moving and the trait of delayed damage, it is considered as a brilliant choice for the rescue. External trait 1, Iron Dash. The mercenary's Iron Dash makes his elbow pads can be used 3 times. Elbow pads can be used when running toward object, triggering a dash boost. Towards the direction of the current joystick, clicking on the right item UI button can switch the on-off state. O control whether or not the dash is triggered once touching the object. It's an effective way to escape from the hunter when being pursued. External trait 2, Steel Will. His elimination speed on rocket chairs is reduced by 10%, and the increase of fear is delayed by 8 seconds after be attacking. For example, when he is wounded or being knocked down, immediately after being hit twice by normal attacks, he would be knocked down in 8 seconds. After being hit by a normal attack, however, he would be knocked down immediately if his fear exceeds the limit. For example, being terror shocked while wounded, this trait can play an important role in rescuing and helping to take on attacks. External trait 3, Skilled. Obstacle vaulting speed is increased by 10%. External trait 4, Shell-Shocked. Decoding speed is decreased by 25%. Whenever he got injured, time required to be healed increased by 15%, up to 75%. Due to his elbow pads, he can approach the rocket chair quickly, and the delayed damage can increase the margin of error for rescuing. The mercenary is a highly skilled character at rescuing. He is recommended for the rescue in the team. In terms of talent recommendation, Tide Turner and Borrowed Time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Look forward to the performance of everyone in the manor.
Coordinator Martha Bahamthil gets sick and tired of being grounded and doing the same old thing day in and day out. Martha wants to pilot her own plane. Perhaps by winning this game, she will be able to fulfill her wish. She carries a flare gun and can stun hunters by shooting them, and can play an important role in containing and rescuing. External trait 1, Precise Aim. Coordinator carries around a flare gun and can stun hunters for a while by shooting them. The UI of the item becomes interactive while the hunter is in flare gun range. The flare will automatically track the regulator when clicked to use it, making it an effective control when containing and rescuing. However, if there is an obstacle between the coordinator and the hunter, the flare may be blocked by the obstacle during automatic tracking. So please check the surrounding terrain before using the flare gun to make sure you can shoot without fail. External trait 2, Steel Will. Her elimination speed on rocket chairs is reduced by 10%. External trait 3, Army Bond. Her movement speed increases by 5%, and decoding speed will be reduced by 25% whenever a teammate is on a rocket chair. External trait 4, Skilled. Vaulting speed is increased by 10%, and movement speed is increased by an additional 15%, and vaulting speed is increased by 10% for 4 seconds upon approaching a pallet or window. Cooldown 40 seconds. Since the coordinator's flare gun can stun hunters, effectively protecting herself and her teammates in some dangerous rescue situations, she's recommended for the team's rescue. In terms of talent recommendation, Tide Turner and Borrowed Time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manor.
The mechanic is attracted not only by the generous reward promised in the manor's invitation, but also by the ingenious and interesting secret gadgets. Tracy needs the money, as well as the new inspiration from the manor. The mechanic carries a mechanic's doll that can decode cipher machines and is suited to be the team's decode. External trait 1, Operator. Mechanic carries around a mechanic's doll. Click the UI of item on the right to place the mechanic's doll in the scene. And then click on the UI to switch the viewpoints of mechanic and the mechanic's doll. The mechanic's doll can be controlled to common actions, such as decoding cipher machines, vaulting, and rescuing teammates. The mechanical doll will continue previous actions, such as decoding cipher machines, healing survivors, opening escape gates, etc., until interrupted, when it is not controlled. When the mechanic's doll is being controlled, or when it's not being controlled but is decoding a cipher machine, its durability will deplete. The mechanic's doll will disappear when its durability runs out. The mechanic can control the deployed doll when incapacitated, or when placed on a rocket chair, but at a higher cost. If the mechanic's doll is knocked down by a hunter, it will deplete a large amount of durability and show its location. By the way, the mechanic's doll has a 10% reduction in decoding speed compared to normal survivors, and are not affected by any buff or debuff that increase or decrease its decoding speed. Moreover, when the icon of item shakes while controlling the mechanic's doll, it means that the hunter is near the mechanic herself. External trait 2, Fragile. Obstacle vaulting speed is decreased by 15%. External trait 3, Mech Master. Her cipher machine decoding speed is increased by 10%. When she is operating a doll, the doll's decoding speed is also increased by 10%. External trait 4, Cowardly. Her decoding speed will decrease by 35%, and her gate opening speed will decrease by 15% when a teammate is wounded. This effect can be stacked up to 2 times. Due to the mechanic can decode with the mechanic's doll, which significantly improves the efficiency of decoding, she is perfect for the team's decode. In terms of talent recommendation, Knee-Jerk Reflex and Borrowed Time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manor.
The stage in the big city were Margaretha's dream. However, she's developed a new understanding of freedom. In order to escape her present predicament, this game, with its high rewards, is her only chance. Female dancer can use the music box to play music with different pieces of music, to increase or decrease the speed of actions and interactions, which can play an important role in containing and assisting. External trait 1, Duet. She carries a music box that plays 2 different pieces of music at different tempos. Clicking the UI of item to place the music box in place, and holding down the UI button will expand the area covered. Female dancer can click on the UI button to retrieve when she's near the music box. Hunters can also destroy the music box when they get close. The fast setting increases the speed of actions and interactions for survivors within range, including movement speed, palette window interaction speed, decoding speed, etc. The slow setting decreases the speed of actions and interactions for hunters within range, including movement speed, palette window interaction speed, attack speed, etc. The effect of the music is enhanced when the music of the same tempo is stacked. By the way, characters will remain affected by the music for 2 seconds despite leaving the range of the music box. The female dancer will gain the slide ability when in range of her music box. After tapping the UI button, she will gracefully twirl to the right towards the camera. If she's still within her music box's range afterwards, she will be able to twirl to the left for the next 10 seconds. This ability has a 20-second cooldown. External trait 2, Acrobatics. When female dancer falls from a height, she gains 30% increased movement speed for 3 seconds, has a 40-second cooldown. Due to the dancer's music box can increase the speed of the survivor or decrease the speed of the hunter's action and interaction, which can effectively help herself and her teammates to control the hunter. So it is recommended to play the assist or contain in the team. In terms of talent recommendation, Flywheel Effect and Borrowed Time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection.
Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manor.
Explorer Kurt Frank once sailed across the English Channel, flew over forests in a hot air balloon. His life is as exciting as a travel novel. Now, it's time for him to prepare expenses for the next adventure. His unique ability of decoding helps him quickly complete the decoding progress in a very short time. He's good for the decode in the team. External trait 1, Fantasy. Explorer carries around the novel, Gulliver's Travels. He can shrink his body by clicking on the right UI of item. He is undetectable by the hunter's radar after shrinking, but cannot perform most actions. Tap the UI again to exit the shrinking. The Explorer can follow the directions to the indicated burial location to start unearthing in the shrinking status. Explorer can get a password page after completing unearthing. It is available by clicking on the book page UI near cipher machines. A single password page can be filled with 50% decoding progress in a very short time. Maps generate up to 3 locations with hidden treasure. It needs to be unearthed one by one in order. The Explorer can only carry password pages up to the equivalent of 100% decoding progress with him. When the Explorer is placed on the rocket chair, the password pages will drop to the floor. Other survivors could pick up and use them. Besides, finding the password page will expose your location to the hunter. The Explorer has heightened sense when transformed into a tiny Lilliputian and can tell the direction of the hunter within a certain radius. This trait can effectively improve decoding ability and provide Explorer with a unique decoding experience. External Trait 2, Explore. Trail duration is decreased by 1 second. Vaulting obstacles will not alert the hunter. Flexibility to use shrinking in conjunction with this trait when in the vicinity of a hunter for better containment effects. External Trait 3, Curiosity. The chance of triggering a calibration is increased by 30%, and the scope of success is decreased by 30%. External Trait 4, Energy Reserves. The Explorer's movement speed will increase by 10% for 5 seconds after stopping moving for 10 seconds. Due to the Explorer's unique ability of unearthing password pages to complete the decoding progress, in addition to the regular situation of fast decoding, it can also play an important role in dealing with stale machines and other special situations. It's perfect for the team's decode. In terms of talent recommendation, knee-jerk reflex and borrowed time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manor.
Fiona Gilman is a mystic who claims that a spirit guided her to Elitist Manor, but nobody takes her seriously. Priestess can create pathways that allow characters to move through obstacles, which plays an important role in containing and assisting. External Trait 1, Holy Key. The Priestess carries the Holy Key, which can create a straight passage or ultra-long passages. When approaching an obstacle that can generate a pathway, the UI of item changes to an interactable state. Tapping the Holy Key button will create a straight passage in the selected location. Both survivors and hunters can pass through straight passages. Passages entered by hunters will be destroyed, and the hunter will be stunned for a short period. Click the Holy Key will send a call to a designated teammate. Holding the button will send a call to all teammates. When a teammate answers the call by clicking the UI, the Priestess will create an ultra-long passage between them. Survivors will quickly arrive at the other side through an ultra-long passage. Hunters are not allowed in ultra-long passages. All survivors except the Priestess will leave a residual image at the entrance after passing through the ultra-long passage. Damage will be transferred to the actual survivor when the residual image is attacked. Priestess is supposed to consider the terrain and the position of their teammates when creating a passage to achieve a better assisting effect. External Trait 2, Fragile. Obstacle vaulting speed is decreased by 10%. External Trait 3, Spiritualist. Cipher machine decoding speed is reduced by 10%. Chance of triggering calibration and the difficulty of calibration while decoding cipher machine are increased by 30%. External Trait 4, Blessed. Teammates' healing time is decreased by 10%, and the time needed for Priestess to heal is decreased by 30%. As the Priestess's passage allows the survivors to move quickly through obstacles, it can effectively help herself and her teammates to contain the hunter, and is recommended to play the assist or contain in the team. In terms of talent recommendation, knee-jerk reflex and borrowed time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manor. As the founder of rugby, William Ellis is becoming forgotten. For himself and for the new rugby football, he's going to ask help from the owner of Elitist Manor. Forward can use the football for quick movement. With powerful knockback and stun effects, forward can flexibly save your teammates on the balloon, providing an excellent assisting effect. External trait 1, Rush. The forward can dash forward by depleting the football. He moves extremely fast while dashing, and his sensitivity to turning is reduced. Forward will be stunned when he stops, hitting an obstacle, or depletes his football during a dash. The forward can knock the hunter off balance after dashing for a short distance. If the hunter is knocked into the objects, they'll be stunned for a longer period of time. The longer the dash, the longer the stun. If a teammate is tied to the balloon when the hunter is stunned, the teammate will be rescued. This trait can show excellent effect when assisting or rescuing teammates. Also, due to the powerful displacement speed of the dash, the forward can quickly move away from the hunter as they close the distance and reach the next windows or pallets in time, which makes him an also excellent containment ability. External trait 2, Athletic. Obstacle vaulting speed is increased by 20%, and pallet pulling speed is increased by 50%. The recovery time of the hunter he stuns is increased by 15%. This trait gives the forward an advantage in pallets gambling with hunters. External trait 3, All Thumbs. Decoding speed is decreased by 30%. External trait 4, Struggle. Struggling speed is increased by 10%. Due to the forward can knock out hunters and save teammates on the balloon after using the football, also able to knock out hunters to help teammates to kite when teammates are containing, the forward is very good at the assisting role and is recommended for the team's assist. In terms of talent recommendation, Flywheel Effect and Borrowed Time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manor.
Although Elena Adams lost her vision due to a disease, she can still perceive the outside world through hearing. In this game, she firmly grasps her cane, seeking a way to victory. The ability of the mind's eye to detect the world is special, as she can use echo to detect the location of the hunter, and she also has fast decoding speed, making her suitable to play as the team's decode. External trait 1, Echo. The mind's eye taps her cane on the ground and produces sound waves to locate the position of the hunter. Her interaction speed is increased by 10%, and her movement speed increased by 30% for 2 seconds when switching from crouching or standing to running. This effect can only be applied once every 55 seconds. The mind's eye can strike the ground with her cane by clicking the UI of item. The sound waves sweep across the whole map, revealing and sharing the hunter's location, which is shared with teammates. For hunters who are affected by the sound wave, their interaction speed is reduced.
External trait 2,
Mind's Eye. When she decodes cipher machines, almost no calibrations are triggered, and her decoding speed is increased by 23%.
External trait 3,
Fragile. Obstacle vaulting speed is decreased by 22%. Since the mind's eye can use echo to detect the location of the hunters, combined with the trait of increased decoding speed, she can quickly decode a cipher machine in a safe position, and is recommended to play the decode in the team.
In terms of talent recommendation, Knee-Jerk Reflex and Borrowed Time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manor. Veronare came to the manor in search of the formula's source, in order to create the perfect fragrance of euphoria. Perfumer can use euphoria before getting damaged, and use it again within its duration to return to the previous state and position, which effectively improves the perfumer's containment ability. External trait 1, Euphoria. Perfumer can click the UI of item to spray the euphoria to enter an immersed state, and record her condition and position at the moment. While the skill is active, click on the UI of item again to forget what has just happened, and return to the moment when she sprayed her perfume. In the process of containing, paying more attention to observing the distance to the hunter and the hunter's attack action can effectively improve the perfumer's containing ability. External trait 2, Blackout. If Perfumer fails to calibrate a Cypher machine, calibration progress will be reduced 3 times as much as normal survivors. External Trait 3. Special Physique. Time to be healed is increased by 15%. Perfumer can use Euphoria to return her state and position, which effectively improves the Perfumer's containment ability, and is recommended to play the Contain in the team. In terms of talent recommendation, Flywheel Effect and Borrowed Time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manor. Kevin Ayuso is a brave cowboy. He mastered the amazing skill of lassoing on the vast continent. This time, he'll start a new adventure at Elitist Manor. The cowboy can use the lasso to both pull back teammates and distance himself from the hunter, and can play an important role in assisting and holding back. External Trait 1. Lasso Skill. The cowboy is good at using the lasso. Tap or hold the UI of item to unleash it in the specified direction. Long press to choose your target and aim. After taking aim, release the lasso within the target area to hit the target. When a teammate is lassoed, they are placed on the cowboy's back, and he can drop the teammate by clicking on the UI of item. By the way, if a teammate tied to a balloon is lassoed, the teammate remains knocked down on the cowboy's back. Knocked down progress does not increase, and self-healing is unavailable. If a teammate tied to a rocket chair is lassoed, the teammate recovers to a wounded state. If the hunter is lassoed, the cowboy will fly past the hunter's head and land on the other side of the hunter, taking no damage in the process. If a pallet or Cypher machine is lassoed, the cowboy will be pulled towards it. After the cowboy lassos a pallet, Cypher machine, hunter, or survivor, he will receive a speed boost. External Trait 2. Hero. When he hits a hunter with a pallet, it is stunned for 20% longer than normal. External Trait 3. Wild. He decodes 10% slower than other survivors. However, when he decodes together with a female character, his decode speed will be increased by 10%. While decoding with males, his decode speed will be decreased by 30%. External Trait 4. Protective. If hit by a hunter while carrying a female, the cowboy will take damage twice, but the teammate won't take damage. If carrying a male, both will take damage once. If hit by the hunter while carrying a knocked down teammate, the cowboy will only take damage once. Cowboy's lasso is flexible enough to deal with all situations in the match. When a teammate needs to be assisted, he can pull his teammates back via the lasso. While lassoing the hunter, a pallet, or Cypher machine also provides the cowboy with a strong containing ability, so he is recommended to be the assist or contain in the team. In terms of talent recommendation, Flywheel Effect and Borrowed Time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manor. Eli Clark is a seer possessing the Great Eye and can see the future in a way that is unobservable to regular people. This mysterious ability is obviously related to his trusted owl who accompanies him. But this time, will he be able to change the future by foreseeing it? The Seer's Owl can provide an excellent assist effect by blocking damage for survivors, allowing survivors to kite the hunter for a longer period of time. External Trait 1. Owl. When the match begins, the owl will patrol the map and mark the position of all teammates. When the owl returns, by using the UI button, the seer can order his owl to follow a teammate's scent, find them, and grant vision of them. The owl can be ordered to block damage at critical moments by clicking the UI button, and it can block most of the hunter's attacks for a while. Also, when the seer is in danger, the owl can be ordered to protect himself by using the UI button. If the seer or his owl continues to observe the hunter while it commits atrocities, he will gain additional block attempts. External Trait 2. Prophecy. The seer can see the hunter's position for 5 seconds after spotting them. External Trait 3. Great Eye. The seer can see the hunter's position for 5 seconds when the match begins. External Trait 4. Taxing. Whenever the seer's owl blocks damage for himself or a teammate, the speed at which the seer vaults obstacles is decreased by 10%. the seer can order the owl to block damage at critical moments, thus buying more time for himself or his teammates to kite the hunter, and is recommended to play the assist in the team. In terms of talent recommendation, Flywheel Effect and Borrowed Time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manor.
Life's journey always ends in a similar way, and in most people's dreams, Aesop Carl is the person who helps them with their final journey. In the manor, he will personally send the Wandering Ones on their final journey. Embalmer can give himself or teammates rebirth ability. When they are knocked down or placed on a rocket chair, they can be resurrected in the coffin using a surrogate, which means he has excellent assisting abilities.
External Trait 1.
Embalm. By clicking the UI button, Embalmer can summon a coffin and provide himself the rebirth ability by default. When a player with the rebirth ability is knocked down or placed on a rocket chair, Embalmer can choose whether or not to rebirth. Selecting Rebirth Now will make the player resurrected in the coffin using a surrogate, after which they're invulnerable to damage from Hunter's normal attacks and most Hunter abilities, and will also receive the Tide Turner effect for 15 seconds. By the way, when the exit gate is open, using Rebirth will no longer grant the two effects mentioned above. Selecting Cancel Rebirth, the player will retain the effects in the current coffin. When no selection is made, the rebirth process will start by default. Besides, every time the Embalmer is rescued from a rocket chair, the number of coffins that he can summon will increase. But an Embalmer can only summon and use one coffin at a time. When a coffin exists in the match, the Embalmer can click the UI button to shift the coffin's position. When the gate is open, placing the coffin at the gate or dungeon and greatly increase the chance of escape for yourself or your teammates.
External Trait 2.
Artist. The Embalmer can record and copy the appearance of other survivors. Click on the UI button when near the coffin to draw on the surrogate, to give that survivor a rebirth ability.
External Trait 3.
Unconcerned. The time that the Embalmer can persist when wrapped up in a cocoon or placed on a rocket chair is increased by 10%. Embalmer cannot embalm survivors who have lost mobility, who have been placed on a rocket chair several times, or placed on a rocket chair for a long time.
External Trait 4.
Anxious. He is able to detect the presence of all survivors at the beginning of the game. While decoding with other survivors, his own decoding speed decreased by 15%. When facing hunters with strong chair guarding abilities, the Rejuvenation effect can bring high benefits for the team, and using the coffin wisely after the gate is opened may even have the effect of turning the tables. So he is recommended to be the assist in the team. In terms of talent recommendations, Knee-Jerk Reflex and Borrowed Time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manor. Patricia Dorval, who has a curse hidden in her blood, has brought endless pain and great power to herself, and she will rely on the cursed emblem to punish every evil soul. The Enchantress carries the cursed emblem that can paralyze hunters. It can be an excellent containment or assisting effect.
External Trait 1.
Ape Curse. By clicking the UI button, the Enchantress consumes one stack of guard to paralyze the nearest hunter for a while. When the guard reaches 3 stacks, it can be detonated by tapping on the special icon, using 3 stacks of guard to paralyze the hunter for a little bit longer. This trait can be used flexibly in battle to achieve excellent containment or assisting effects.
External Trait 2.
Guard. When the Enchantress is near a hunter, the guard effect stacks cumulatively over time. The closer the hunter gets to the cursed emblem, the faster the guard effect stacks, up to 5 stacks. The Enchantress gains a stack of guard when receiving damage from the hunter.
External Trait 3.
Blessing. Survivors healing the Enchantress or getting healed by the Enchantress will gain Enchantress's blessings. When a hunter inflicts damage on a survivor that has the Enchantress blessings, the Enchantress will also gain a stack of guard effect.
External Trait 4.
Karma. Healing time is increased by 20%. The powerful effect of Guard provides the Enchantress with strong self-protection and assisting ability. She's recommended to play a contain or assist in the team. In terms of talent recommendation, Flywheel Effect and Borrowed Time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manor. After experiencing betrayals and struggles, Muerto raised a wild child, decided to give up trying to fit into so-called civilized society. Perhaps the elitist manor could offer him a real solution? In the riding state, the wildling possesses excellent self-protection and disruption abilities, which can play a significant role in assisting and rescuing. External Trait 1. Wildling Partner. Clicking the right UI to switch between the following state or riding state. In the following state, Wildling can command his partner to howl by clicking the skill UI, temporarily disrupting the hunter's hearing, causing tinnitus and listen to lose effect, interfering with their search for survivors. In the riding state, the partner gains rage as time goes on, and movement speed increases as rage accumulates. Confronting the hunter will increase the rate of rage accumulation. When rage is full, the partner will bump to a specified direction by clicking the skill UI. Bump will not stun hunters, but it will increase the struggle progress of a ballooned survivor held. Note that, if the hunter is hit while ballooning a survivor, the ballooned survivor will be released. Wildling's partner will feel fatigued in the riding state. Moving and bumping will consume the partner's energy. The riding state will end when the energy is used up. Or players can actively click the right UI to end the riding state earlier. In matches, Wildling can choose to bump the hunter to protect teammates, or bump towards safety to pull away quickly. External Trait 2. Nature Guardian. Wildling Partner can block incoming damage for the Wildling during riding state. When runs out of HP or hit by certain hunter skills, it would be wounded and escape temporarily. Note that hunters attacking the Wildling Partner will not trigger attack recover action, but will still generate presence. Wildling can use this trait to enhance the containment ability and approach the rocket chair more safely during rescues. External Trait 3. Feral Instincts. While riding, with the help of his partner, Wildling's terrain interaction speed is increased by 10%, and he is able to cross low terrains, but the duration of footprints will be extended by 2 seconds. External Trait 4. All Thumbs. Wildling's decoding speed is decreased by 25%. As the partner in the riding state can block damage and bump, Wildling can play an important role in containment and rescuing, so he is recommended to be the assist or rescue in the team. In terms of talent recommendation, Tide Turner and Borrowed Time are recommended for the ultimate talent selection. Please practice more. Looking forward to the performance of everyone in the manor.